welcome back to another video. I'm gonna have to find somewhere decent to stand you, maybe in front of the window so the lighting is a little bit better. There, that's a little bit better. So it's currently Saturday morning, late morning I think, and today is the day that we are basically getting our new kitchen. So just to preface, don't know how to say that word, this video, this is a second-hand kitchen that we've got off Facebook Marketplace, and we're basically going to put it in, see what we can do with it, and it will hopefully just bridge a gap between now and getting our proper dream kitchen. But obviously we don't want to just settle for anything. The kitchen's going to be like the heart of the home, a big part of the house, a feature in itself, and we've got an idea, well, we know what we want for our dream kitchen in the future, and we don't really want to just settle for anything less. We'd rather save the money and have what we really want in this house. That was the whole point in like doing the renovation and everything. So yeah, between now and then we have got this kitchen and we're just gonna live with it for as long as we need to, basically. Hang on, battery needs changing again. So yeah, that is what's happening today. Louis has gone to dismantle the kitchen because it's I think it's only, maybe it's even like three or 4 years old. It's not an old kitchen, and it's actually a gift off Louis's mum's boyfriend. He found it on Facebook Marketplace, spoke to like the sellers and everything, and offered to get it for us, which is really, really nice of him. So we just accepted and just said yeah. We did go and have a look at it. Obviously it's just a second-hand kitchen, you can't be fussy, but the actual like structure and everything seemed fine. So yeah, it's only a few years old. It's like, I think it's like an ivory gloss kitchen. It's quite a big kitchen, and it's all of the appliances as well apart from the hob. So we'll have to get ourselves maybe a second-hand hob, or it might be worth us just buying whatever hob we want in the future, and then we can just transfer it from this kitchen to our new kitchen when we get that. I don't know, we'll have to have a think about that, see what we can get. But yeah, so Louis is there now dismantling the kitchen. So they wanted to, for like them and us to take the kitchen out ourselves rather than their builders take it out, because the builders probably would have just ripped it out. So that's what Louis and Louis's mum's boyfriend and the actual sellers themselves are an oldish couple, but I think they're all just chipping in, dismantling the kitchen today and hopefully bringing it here, and then we'll just have to see how far we get. I think tomorrow is maybe's more when Louis and his mum's boyfriend will try and put it, actually like fit it sort of thing, see where things will go, and I don't really know. So yeah, that's the plan. I was going to give you a little bit of a downstairs house tour, but obviously now everything is a little bit upside down. We've cleared the like kitchen area ready for this kitchen to come in. You'll have probably seen, if you saw my last video, the little kitchen setup that we've got now, because my dad and Louis's mum both just happened to be getting new kitchens over the past like few months. My dad got one in September and Louis's mum had hers done in November. So we had 2 second-hand kitchens free there, which is what we were gonna just have for the foreseeable future. But Louis's mum's especially, well, both of them to be honest, were old kitchens and they were falling apart. So even just transporting them from their houses to our house was a bit of a mission. And we've got a sink and like a fridge and an oven and stuff at the moment, which has lasted us a few weeks and done us fine, but we've got no storage or anything. And I would say it's probably going to be at least a year until we might be in a position to get our permanent kitchen. So a year is a long time for us to live with what we've got now, which is why we've got this one off Facebook. So I'll just show you how the house is looking now, and show you like what actually happens today, because these things always end up surprising me. I'm not going to get my hopes up, things might go wrong. Hopefully things won't go wrong, but we'll just see how the day goes, and then maybe at the end of this video, hopefully if the kitchen goes well and once it's in and everything, I will like get everything sorted out and give you a little updated house tour of downstairs with this new kitchen. So I'll show you how things look at the moment. Like I say, I did briefly show this in my previous video, but this is basically the little sink unit that we've got. So this is my dad's old sink, and we did originally have his old tap, but that wasn't working. So luckily Louis's mum had a spare tap, which is brand new and actually very, very nice. So we just literally had to put that on. Our plumber just had to put that on just to get a tap on there and get this sink working. So that was lucky that she had that. And this is just a couple of my dad's old units. So my dad's old kitchen was very small. This was pretty much what he had in his old kitchen. And we've got like a couple of little cupboards that we have been able to store some things in. This sink is actually leaking a little bit, which isn't ideal, but hopefully the new one won't. And then over this side we've just got my dad's old oven, which Louis has disconnected because this will have to come out now because we're getting an oven included in this new kitchen that's coming. And then just like another tiny little storage thing there. So like we've got microwave, kettle, everything like that, and it's been a perfect little setup for the past sort of, I don't know, maybe three weeks that we've had it like this. It's been absolutely fine, but obviously we have no hob at the moment, so the only meals that we have been able to cook is oven or microwave meals in here. And yeah, obviously other than sort of what we need, we've got all of our like cutlery, well not all of it, but some of our cutlery, plates, glasses, all of that is still in boxes upstairs. We've obviously not had the space to unpack anything. So this, I've got no pictures of the new kitchen, which is a shame, but obviously you'll see it soon. But it is quite a large kitchen. There is quite a lot of it, so I think we'll have like ample storage for what we're going to need over the next like year. Even before we had this extension done, if you've watched our videos sort of the whole way through, when we moved into this house and before we did the extension, there wasn't actually a fitted kitchen in here. He'd ripped it out. It must have been literally falling to bits for him to rip it out before he sold it to us. So we literally just lived out of boxes and stuff for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months before we actually started the extension. So we're very used to living without a kitchen. So this will probably be quite a luxury for us. But I think the most difficult thing is probably just going to be working out where to put things, because obviously the kitchen sink is going to have to go there. When we get our forever kitchen, it will obviously run right along here, but this is where the oven is going to have to go, because this is where like the cables and everything are for the oven. So we're potentially going to have to split this new kitchen up similar to how it is here. So we might just have to have some kitchen along there and some kitchen along there, and maybe a little bit along the back, but obviously it's not gonna fill all of that space, I don't think. We're probably gonna have to like cut the worktops to fit our like angles and things like that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, this is like the space that we've got to work with, and we'll just do what we can basically. So yeah, this is how this room is looking at the moment. Like I say, I will do an update at the end of this video so that it gives you a bit more of an insight into how it will look in the future, because our dining table goes sort of here. It's currently just pushed up over here with everything else, so we've just sort of pushed everything over to this side for now. I don't know whether you can see there our little accent chairs which sort of go here, but yeah, everything is just crammed over this end at the moment. But basically this side over here will be our little living area, dining table here, and then over here is the kitchen. In the future we'll have an island here in the middle, and yeah, this is basically our main sort of kitchen, dining, living area. Louise just put this light up a couple of nights ago. This was from my best friend. She's just sold her house, so she gave us that light temporarily, so we've just put that over where the dining table sits. And then this is the utility, which again is just a little bit of a storage room at the moment, but our washing machine is functional, so that's great. And then in this room here, this is our downstairs toilet. That there's nothing going on in there at the moment. This room is an absolute mess, to be honest with you, but this is our little living room. I've just taken the Christmas tree down last night, so it's looking very bare in here. I need to take it upstairs. I need to hoover everywhere, wash the floor, move all of our rubbish. This is all Christmas stuff that needs moving, so this is a mess at the moment, but this is our little living room. This is what we're working with, which is absolutely perfect, does the job, and it is nice and cozy in here. So then our old living room, which will be our proper living room in the future, we've just moved into that room over there temporarily. This is how this room is looking. So obviously we decided to set ourselves up in that other living room that I've just showed you because of the state of this room, basically. Obviously we've got the walls chased where Louis done all of the rewire. This is where like the back boiler and the fireplace and everything came out of, so that's all a mess in there. The walls are all a mess, the ceiling's a mess, so the other room is just much nicer for us to be in for now, and it's obviously just meant that we can use this as a little bit of a storage room over Christmas, and we can just tackle this as and when, because this is the one room that does have a door, so nobody ever needs to know what goes on behind there. And then this is just the hallway. We haven't done the flooring in here yet, but it will be the same flooring as everywhere else, and we literally just need to lay this at some point. But we've got our little shoe storage thing there, and yeah, that's a quick overview of how downstairs is looking. So I'll get Louis to pick you up when they get back, and we'll obviously just see what the situation is, see what's going on, and yeah, just pick you up when we've got an update.
So the kitchen has arrived. Well, you say arrived, let's give you a better angle. That's it all here and here. Apparently the integrated fridge, I didn't take it out, so I was like the transporter, but apparently the integrated fridge was the back of it's there. It's all the bits are in one thing, and there's some pictures took that I don't have, so I'm just going to leave that out for now. But I am going to try and get that's going to go where the fridge is meant to go. There is here another tall unit that doesn't smell very nice, but I've just sprayed some the pink stuff on it. I was giving it a rub down. That's going to go in that corner, and then I'm going to reuse that oven. Not that we need it, like, but just for, we're either going to reuse it or at least use the stand. These are the oven stand, there's two of them because they had a double oven. There's the other one. So they're going to go in there. If we use both ovens, or if we just use one for storage without a cupboard door, so then that's going to be like sort of that section there. Two tall bits, and then the oven's in the middle. I'm probably going to cut that worktop down and then if we have that one spare, I'll cut it down when we're finished, because obviously that doesn't look, it's long like, but it's not going to do like all of that. So the way that the sink's been cut out, we're going to have a kick out this way, which is obviously a bit rough. I have to like tidy that up, just where we chopped it down just to like transport it. But the kitchen was the opposite way around, so like they had their wall there and we have our wall there. So the way we cut it, we're just going to have like a bit coming out. We'll have hopefully a full section here, and then whatever's left we'll just like slot in here, and then have like worktop and stuff, and that worktop will go in there. I might put that cut out around the beam. Needs to make it a bit bigger, but yeah. So I'm just gonna go to my mum's now, get my tools that I need, and yeah, we'll just make the best of what we can. Say bye, Nels. Say bye bye. So I'll just show you what we've got so far. Got the integrated fridge freezer, the oven. Debate whether to put that oven in, but I don't need two ovens, so that could just be like open storage. And then a tall cabinet. It's not like the best, like this cupboard's door's a bit thing, but it shuts. And then this is fridge, separate freezer. Let's be careful shutting that fridge door. Make sure they're shut, and then yeah, so that's the set. And then I'm going to cut some worktop, put it on top of there. That's going to be like the little, I don't know, cooking section, whatever. This thing here, like I said, I'll have to replace that, and then whatever else will fit in there. But yeah, progress. But yeah, it looks very yellow, but like I said, can't complain. Yeah, there's our little section there. See yous whenever I see yous. Neva's starving, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are we getting?
Dunno. We should really just put something in the oven and not spend any more food.
You've just said what food are we getting, and now I want a Chinese. Nelson, what do you want?
Nelson wants to go.
Oh.
WLK.
Wokkies. You only got no wokkies? I'll take you. I will.
Really? So day 2 of the kitchen project commences. So we should hopefully be replacing the sink today, getting this one out and the new one in. We're just waiting for the plumber who's going to do that for us. And then this is our joiner for the day. Yeah. So hopefully all of this will be gone by the end of the day.
Won't be gone, we'll have a couple left, I think.
But I like the idea of putting it like, units along here, obviously where the sink is, but then this work surface here has got like a corner, so this corner will probably go there, and we might make that into like a little sort of not an island, like a breakfast bar type thing, because we've got our old bar stools upstairs, so we could put that along there and then have some units running down here and just cut around this column for the worktop. And then we've sort of got like a C shape here, and then that bit over that side.
And then, right, yeah.
I think that's an idea.
You know them shelves that we bought years ago, that silver wrap?
Yeah.
From that here.
Yeah.
Put one there, and then all this could go on there. Like the coffee and that.
Yeah, they'd have to be quite low down though.
Yeah, wherever, it doesn't matter.
Maybe.
Just because then it freezes spot. And you're not like...
Yeah, but we should have a decent amount of worktop over this side.
Yeah, but whatever.
But maybe.
Just a suggestion, Nelson.
I'm also going to paint the kitchen, I've decided. Once it's all in.
I need to attack this back.
To the wall.
But it's some bits.
So yeah, hopefully we'll make a bit more progress today.
Aye.
So does it just need the doors? Oh no, that drawer unit needs to go in, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how it?
Looks good, isn't it?
Do we?
Yeah, alright. Get this in there. Look at this. Smells like coming back in the room.
It's more than what we've had for the past year.
No complaining now.
I think if we
I
never
never
that,
complain.
Chicken pasta bakes the lot.
Still need a hob. So ignore the fact that I now look like an egg and I'm in my Snuggie, I think it's called, which I literally live in now because we don't put the heating on basically. No, we do, but because we don't have insulation in the like extension upstairs, so sort of like loft insulation, it's literally just like the roof trusses, it's all still open, and obviously we still don't have like internal doors or anything, so it's a massive waste of money if we blast the heating too much, because it is literally all just escaping through like the roof. So we try not to put it on as much as possible, like we just have it set at a certain level. So yeah, I literally spend my life day or night I'm in this, so ignore that. But I thought I would just give you a little update of the kitchen. So it's been a couple of hours since they finished, but we were rushing a little bit, and like we've just been to my dad's for tea, came back, I've had a shower, got myself ready for bed. So I'll give you a quick look at the kitchen now. It's an absolute mess and we've got things all over the place, so I might have a little bit of a tidy up, because if I don't do it now it's just going to end up being tomorrow night. It's Sunday now, so we're back at work tomorrow. It's so difficult to squeeze everything into a weekend. We just don't have the time like to do renovation and work full time. But yeah, I'll show you what it's looking like. So this is where we're at. So we ended up with this little C shape here. I know I'd mentioned about this bit being sort of like a breakfast bar, but we were struggling a little bit with where to put this. If we didn't put it here, because it actually fit under there perfectly, but if we didn't put that there, it would have had to have gone probably over here, but the worktop wasn't long enough to go like around this column and far enough like over this, if that makes sense. So to be honest, a lot of the day was spent just trying to figure out what was actually going to fit and work and look best. So this is what we've ended up coming up with. I think Louis and Perry do have a bit of an idea to do something with some of the leftover cabinets. So some of these are my dad's old ones, so that one and that one are my dad's old one, so I think they're just going. That oven is my dad's old oven as well, that's going. But we've still got a couple of wall units and one small little unit there, so I think that one is about 45 centimetres, but this gap is 30 something centimetres, so that's just a little bit too big. So I think they've decided that they're basically just gonna cut it down and put it in there and possibly just have like some shelves in there, which I did actually suggest earlier and Louis just ignored me. But similar with this as well, I think we've got another unit somewhere that'll fit in there, and I think we're just going to have sort of open shelving just to fill this little corner, because that's just a bit random. But obviously, I mean, we could still stand our bar stools here and you obviously could still sit there. It just doesn't have the overhang for it to be a proper breakfast bar, but we would probably never sit here anyways. It's more when people come round. In our old house, obviously we had like a little sort of island breakfast bar thing, and that's where everyone used to sit when they came round. But we will have the dining table like right here, so obviously there'll be seats there as well, so it doesn't really matter. This way is definitely better, so it's actually ended up almost like a perfect C. And then we've still got this side over here, which is literally just covered in stuff. That's everything that we've used today, because we had the water turned off for most of the day because he was doing the sink. So as we've been like making food, making drinks, we've not had a sink or anything to use, so things have just built up over there. So that's what I'm going to sort out now. But yeah, this is how it's looking. So we've got some nice big drawers. It's all soft close as well, which is lovely. Like I said earlier, I am planning on painting this. It doesn't actually look as bad as I thought it was going to. Maybe I'm just getting used to the creamy yellow colour. Obviously the lighting in here isn't great because we only have this lamp. We still don't have proper lights. But yeah, I'm quite excited to just give it a lick of paint. I love stuff like that. I'm quite excited to do that and see how it comes out. But I'm loving the sink. I need to do something with this towel, but this is our sink and the tap. This windowsill needs sorting as well. So yeah, all we need is the doors to go on. Not sure about the plinth. We have got the plinths, but I don't know whether Louis is planning on cutting them or not. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We do have a little gap here which was already cut out of the worktop. I'm not sure what this was for. This must have maybe been for like a beam or a column or something that they had in their house. So we're just gonna put the microwave over there. We've got a plug socket there, so the microwave can just sit there and cover that hole and nobody will ever know. We have got a couple of wall units, and I did mention to Louis earlier about possibly putting one or two of them if we can fit two up there, but we'll see. We probably don't need all of this storage because we've got a tall unit over here which we haven't filled. We've got like an open thing there. Then obviously we've got the drawers, this cupboard. This one will probably be sort of cleaning products, this one here, and then whatever they do with the shelves. So we'll have more than enough for what we need. We've sort of got used to living with like the bare minimum, so yeah, we'll just see how we go. But yeah, that is the little kitchen update for tonight. I might fill up a bucket of soapy water and just give everything a good clean and just have a little bit of a sort out. just ignore the fact that I don't have a scrap of makeup on my face and I do look quite dead at the moment, but the kitchen is finally finished. In a way, it's not actually really finished, but the placement of everything is where it's going to be, and we have unpacked all of our kitchen things basically that have been upstairs for over a year. It's been over a year since we've actually had a proper kitchen with like cupboards and storage, and yeah, it feels very, very nice. So yeah, I'll show you how the kitchen is looking. Obviously, I did mention earlier in this video, I think that I am going to be painting the kitchen, which I haven't done yet. I'll do that in a whole separate video. I have ordered the paint though, so I'll show you that in a separate video as well. But yeah, I'll show you how the kitchen is looking. So this is basically the main sort of area of the kitchen. You'll have seen this in the last clips. This is obviously the layout that Louis and Perry ended up going with. So we've got the drawer unit here, which is just unreal for storage. However, I have had to remove the handles. So this door was the same as this one. It had 3 handles, but we can't actually open these drawers with these handles on. So I've had to take all of those off and just put a knob on here. However, I do probably prefer this. So what I'm going to try to do when I paint the cupboards, I'm going to try and fill all of these little holes. They are only tiny and you might be able to sort of see them very slightly, but I don't really mind, to be honest. So yeah, I am just going to try and fill all of these holes, and I'll just leave the knob here because that works perfectly fine. And if that does work, I think I might actually do that with most of the cupboards, because these look like drawers but they're actually cupboards, so it's unnecessary to have all of these handles, and I'm not a fan of the handles anyway. I much prefer these sort of antique brass knobs. I already had these because I've used them on previous projects, so luckily I just had some left over. So yeah, that is the plan, to sort of take off all of these handles. And I think what I might also do with the actual drawers is possibly take off these handles and fill in the holes and get maybe smaller like cup handles or something. These are just a little bit, I'm not keen on the silver, and they are quite big and sort of overpowering. But yeah, we've got, I mean, this is a bit of a mess because we don't have like one of those storage, cutlery storage things, which I do need to get. But yeah, that is the plan anyways. This is just like a little sort of open storage thing, which obviously we haven't styled or anything yet. We've literally just got random stuff in there at the moment. Ignore all of these boxes and stuff down here. Everything is still very much a work in progress. But yeah, I've just got some little bits out on the side. This is just a plant that I've killed, so I'm trying to bring it back to life. But I've got some little pasta containers and a window looking out onto the garden, which is a little bit of a mess, but at least it's nice and bright in here. So yeah, that is that section. And then on the other side, you've already seen this section, but this is our sort of little tea and coffee station. So this is a fridge freezer here. This is just a storage cupboard. We've got our microwave, our kettle. We have also put a wall cabinet on here, which we weren't really planning on doing, but this is perfect for all of our glasses and mugs and everything. So it's nice and easy to just grab a mug, boil the kettle and make a nice cup of tea or coffee here. So that is perfect. Again, I've changed the handles on here. This one needed changing because it didn't open right up like this. When it had the big like silver handle, it was hitting that cupboard there. So I've changed those handles. So again, I'll just fill these holes and paint over them. But yeah, we've just got a little open storage section there, and Louis is in the middle of putting a couple of shelves here. So he's putting another one lower down, and I think he's putting one across the top as well, just so that it looks a little bit more built in. And then we'll probably just store like little decorative like ornaments or something on there. But yeah, I am actually really happy with how this has come together. For a couple of £100 we've got a lot of kitchen, and it's so nice to just be able to cook meals and just live a little bit more normally. You don't realise how much you really do need a kitchen. I'll give you a quick look over the other side of the house as well. This kitchen has been ongoing for quite a few weeks now, and we only just last night put our dining table back in place. So this is where the dining table will live permanently. This is the actual layout of this room. Obviously, we've still got a lot of things all over the place, but there are our two little accent chairs over there, and then in the future we will get a new sofa, but this is our love seat from the living room for now, which just needs pulling over a little bit once we've moved all of this stuff down here. But yeah, it's slowly starting to come together, so I'm very excited for how this is going to look in the next few weeks. It does take a long time for us to basically make a lot of progress, just obviously working full time and trying to do a renovation at the same time is a lot. But yeah, I'm really happy with how far we've got and how it's all looking. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you do enjoy a DIY project or a bit of upcycling, then keep an eye out for a video in the next few weeks where I will be completely painting and upcycling this kitchen just to make it a little bit more my style. I want to get rid of the sort of creamy ivory colour, and I'm really excited about the colour of paint that we've gone for. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in my next video.